Every time I finish a call with my boss, I toss my phone on the floor and crush it underfoot, and I only eat fast food like burgers that can be taken away. When ordering in line, I deliberately avoid making eye contact with people. As a highly trained professional assassin, I know details determine life or death, so I've always been cautious and meticulous, never making mistakes. However, this time when I was on a sniping mission, there was a beautiful girl with a hot body in the camera. I just couldn't help looking at her for a few moments. My heart rate immediately shot up to over a 100. I knew the accuracy of my shooting would be off in this state, so I immediately adjusted my breathing and refocused on the target. Until my heart rate dropped to the optimal level of 60, I decided to pull the trigger. But unexpectedly, the woman's sudden movement blocked the fatal shot. I intended to fire again, but the bodyguard across the way swiftly pulled the curtains shut. Realizing the operation had failed, I knew I couldn't linger. Quickly packed up my equipment and prepared to leave. I moved quickly, but not in a panic, because I had prepared a contingency plan. Picked up the shells on the floor, put on my helmet and quickly went downstairs, riding on a pre-prepared electric bike, just in time to miss the police arriving downstairs. The evacuation routes I chose are all relatively secluded paths ideal for concealment and disposing of evidence. Spotting a garbage truck parked ahead, I tossed the backpack containing the firearm inside. After driving for a while, I abandoned my motorcycle and tossed the helmet into the river. Then I went to a convenience store, entered the restroom to scrub my entire body, trying to remove any lingering gunpowder scent, and then I put on clean clothes. I even sprayed perfume on the sink to mask traces before leaving. Then I hailed a cab from the curb to get to the airport. Before I went in, I took out my last defense pistol. I carefully cleaned off the fingerprints and threw it in the trash. Though I now carried no suspicious items, I still feared security dogs might detect gunpowder residue during screening. So I looked around carefully and quietly left the queue, turned around and went to the bathroom to clean my whole body once again. After all, I didn't want to make the same mistake again. I then successfully checked in using my forged ID. Then I got a call from my boss. After reporting the failure of the assassination mission, the tone of the boss was obviously not good. I know very well that for an assassin, a failed mission will not only face the target's vengeance. Sometimes, it could even lead to the employer seeking to eliminate the hitman. Therefore, I didn't dare to slack off in the slightest. After hanging up the phone, I pulled out the phone card and crushed the cell phone with my foot to prevent myself from being traced. Once on the plane, I remained on high alert. I kept an eye on the surroundings. I soon noticed a suspicious man in sunglasses who seemed to be watching me. During the transfer, I discovered he had also booked a connecting flight. And even more coincidentally, we were in the same waiting room. That means he was on the same flight as me. I instantly realized the danger, so I changed my flight and checked into the airport hotel and booked myself a nice dinner at the first opportunity. But I wasn't really hungry. I was looking for something to defend myself. I put a glass against the doorknob and a plate cover underneath.